Hello, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Um, so I'm kind of just chill today. I know I haven't came out with anything since I did all the sign readings. I've been having just a little fun in the neighborhood doing things. But this morning, I had a very clairaudient morning. A very vivid dreams for the last couple nights as well. The dreams I think were more personal, but so I won't go into those. But I did hear when I woke up. I was weird when I was coming out of my sleep. I heard Furies. Look up Furies. You know the Furies with angels, not angels, with the wings like Furies. So I looked them up, and they're mostly in Greek mythologies. They were when Mother Gaia had her son, had I think it was Kronos, um, get rid of her husband, because he was like, no, I don't. He didn't want only he only wanted certain children, right? Um, and was that the blood? Was that his blood? There was blood spilled, and so the blood that was spilled in this situation. Let me grab the book. That's right here. I had to look. Well, I the thing is I still have this that I've been doing research on for some Greek mix myths for some things, and then I got online and just looked up theories too, and it said Greek mythology, and I said, oh, then I can look at that in that book, and so that I checked out. So this is yeah. So this is when the blood fell, and it says the blood had landed on the ground and had given the rise of three terrifying winged women. And these women, they have their names. I can't pronounce them all, so I'm not going to go into them. And it says they were together. They were known as the fairies, the goddess of revenge. Later, as I was reading more, they are known to come in and not only for just revenge, but for justice and especially justice for women against men. Um, that's a big one. Um, And so I don't know why the fairies came up, and then I was just like, "That's interesting." And so I looked them up, and I was like, "Okay, so that justice, that judgment energy coming into play right now, right? So having that energy around right now, and then so I got up, um, you know, made my folded everything, put it everything, put getting my doing my morning stuff, going to wake up kids. And the first song I heard it was after I finished working out. I finished working out and I went into the bathroom to just wash my face. And the first song that came to my mind, all of a sudden I just heard Madonna's Borderline playing in my head. And I was just like, okay, something about love, like because that song is about pushing someone's limits on love, like you're being so you're at a place where you don't where your heart chakra's not open, and getting opening up into a place where it's being pushed. Your love limit is being pushed. Like, how much can you love? How much can you open up? So that came up, and then what was the next song? Oh, I did more stuff, and I'm brushing. I'm in the bathroom. I walk back, and I'm going to grab a brush and stuff because I'm about to go brush my youngest daughter's hair, and I hear Salt and Peppers. Let's talk about sex, and I started laughing. Actually, no, I was sitting on the floor tying my daughter's shoe, helping her untie her shoelaces because they were all tied up, and I was sitting on the floor, and I heard that song in my head, and I was just like, "What in the heck?" But the brush one was the Eagles' Witchy Woman. And I understood the Witchy Woman because I had walked in the bathroom and looked at myself, and I had unrolled my hair after my workout, and it's big like this, and then I have this flowy dress on today, and I put on all of this fun jewelry and fun things, and I was just like, oh, you got this witchy woman vibe. But the witchy woman meant more things, I think, in that song, because it talks about how people are seeing certain, and it is women, especially that song. Let's talk about sex, because in that song they talk about a woman who, she's like a night lady, a walker, and well, a walker, not like a walker, but street night. I don't know what to call. Well, I can just say prostitute, I guess. And she's tired of, you know, waking up. I had it with a note. I had a good time and a check and not coming up. So I don't know why that's up. Like, and maybe that's why the Furies came up. Um, of maybe I don't know. I have no idea. It's weird. But so I was just like, okay, I'm going to see what I'm divinely given today. So the first thing I pulled out was I I, I was at a garage sale. I went to a garage sale and I found this deck, the Rune Vision cards. I found for $1, and they were brand new in packaging. I was like, okay, like I work with runes. I'll see what these cards are about and see if I like them. So I'm going to use these cards to start us out to see what the divine wants us to know, what God wants us to know, what the universe wants to know, what your ancestors want you to know, what your spirit guides want you to know. It's whatever you connect with, okay? That's why I throw them all out there. But I'm going to say the divine. And so take the divine as your thing, is God, as ancestors, as spirit guide. Take that, what where it resonates with you, okay? Because this is a collective reading, so you have to take how it fits for you, and and not everything I say is going to be for you or fits for you, okay? So remember, take as you need and take what your intuition, what you are being divinely guided to. Okay, so what is the divine wanting us to know about these energies of these Furies and these clairs and these songs coming through for the collective? Because wow. All right, interesting. I love this. So we have e-walls. I'm not going to show these. All of these cards, their people are naked. they're naked. But this is interesting. This reminds me of Sagittarius. He has bow and arrow, and I don't know about this god, but I love this because not only do you have this rainbow background, and the rainbow is like God's promise. It's but it's also Pride Month as well. But not only do we have the rainbow, we also have mountains over here, and then we have the snow. So coming out of a hard season, um, and the hardness is melting. Let's look at this though. That's 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 interesting. He was. I don't. Yeah, I'm like. I don't know many of the because this is Norse gods. I don't know many Norse gods that much. So definitely going to be looking at this stuff. So it's the meaning is you. Um, he is in Norway in a winter landscape in the snow-covered mountains and chill water. He faces towards the distant mountains. Okay. It's associated with like the mystical lights in the northern sky, so like the northern lights. Okay, U is a symbol of immortality associated with Iwaz. The rune sign placed to the upper right of the is okay. He's a winter god. Oh, he he's the brilliant one, but his mate is a contrast, and he's the shadow. And it says in early times he was considered to be as important as Odin, which I'm like, wow. Um, he's the god of hunting. So I definitely feel like something is moving. Yeah, it means that a situation is being resolved. Conflicts can be overcome, and tenacity. So it's something's coming up. It's the hunt. So those furies are helping. Those furies are from the underworld as well, bringing up, helping things be resolved. So this is a resolve energy of, I feel, especially with anyone still like looking for justice or judgment or anything in their life, that that has not been served, or again, what you're waiting for, it's coming. And I feel like with that Sagittarius energy and with that bow, it's moving fast. um and with him standing in the water, it's like you're gonna have to really just go with the flow as everything happens. Okay, so that's what's divinely coming through. So I got the divine masters out to help us. What masters are coming in to help and guide you and probably protect you, but let you know that they're protecting you, they're working with you, they're helping you. Okay, I had one fly over there. Okay, I have a two. We have the divine director. So trust the process, create space for divine order to unfold. Like I said, you are just going to have to go with the flow. Like um, that whole process I said, that the flowing with water, he's in the water. You're going to have to go with the flow and create space for this divine order to unfold. Another one that I got that came out, it says transcending fear. It says facing fear leads to fearlessness. Embrace your power. So embrace anything or face anything that comes up, any fear. I know, actually, I did say these dreams were personal, but now I'm seeing that in a collective message in that dream, I had to, all of my dreams were about, I am an avoidant. And so I do like to avoid things. I do like to avoid conflict. But I've learned that since I've set boundaries and set my way in a certain setting, I have I don't avoid things that when I need to face them, I will face them. I'm like, okay, let me deal with this. Um, so, and in my dreams, as well, both times they were something I had to, you know, they were conflicts that were thrown at me, and it was either I I sit down and I let the people do the same stuff they did to me, or I can speak up and say, no, no, it's not like that, and let them know, no, I'm not dealing with that, and whatever, if you don't like it, bye. So, and not being afraid to lose something that's not for your highest good in the first place. Bye. Right? Um, so that was the first one. And then the second dream was, it was kind of like the first one was also throwing this whole thing at me again. And then me facing it like, nope, I'm not dealing with it. That's you guys' thing. That's not mine. I'm done. Don't throw me in. I'm done. It has nothing to do with me. I'm done. So it's you facing things that people want to throw in your face, anything, and bringing closure to it, and saying, you know what, no, I'm not standing for that. No, I don't put me in it. You get to step up and say no. You get to step up and say, I'm not dealing with that. You get to step up and walk away. You get to take the higher path. You get to make that choice. You make the call where it fits for you, and don't let anyone else do it for you. You know, holding people, trying to hold you in a place so that they don't have to deal with justice because that's what's coming up. And so no, it's not your justice to deal with. It's not your karma to deal with. It's not yours. You have Everyone faces their own karma and stuff on their own, unless you let someone bind themselves or connect themselves with you, with your energy. And you can step up and say, no, I don't want that. That's not happening. Sorry, not happening. Okay. Okay, we're going straight here. I had pulled another deck out, but I think I'm going to use it in a minute. So we're going to pull 3 tarot cards on what the divine wants us to know right now, and let's just see what the divine wants us to know, and then we'll look at a fairy tale that might also help us. That's what we'll use those cards for. We'll use those cards to figure out what fairy tale is trying to come up for you. Okay. Okay, what does the divine want the collective to know, please, and thank you. There's one. There's another one. One more. There it goes. Okay, let's see. This is this tarot I'm using is the Druid Crab Tarot. I used to use a lot more than I did. Now we have a 772. So, so 7 is July, the month of July. So this could be an indicator this is going to happen in July, because these are quick sevens too. This is a 7 of wands. I have a 7 of wands, and then I have a 7 of swords. So you have the higher ground. The divine wants you to know you have the higher ground. Your boundaries, you see that, are built strong, and anything coming through, you can face it straight on and knock it down. You have the upper hand. You have the power. You are on top of your game. You're on top of your stuff. So know that even if you're not feeling like you are, because sometimes I get in my I'm not perfect. I have my shadows I deal with, and that's when you have to step in and say, okay, so try for something different. If you're in your head, if you're in your emotions, mine this week was sometimes I got in my head, and I got in my head a lot this week, a couple times, and I knew right when I got in my head that, okay, so if I'm going to get in my head, I have to use my body, and using my body in the meaning I need to work out, I need to go outside, I need to do some yoga, I need to be moving, I need to be dancing, I need to be doing affirmations, I need to do something to rewire my mind so it will shut up, because sometimes it doesn't want to shut up. Sometimes it's out of whack. And my card this month is not a great card. I pulled a monthly card, and I've already pulled all my cards for the year, but my card this month is 3 of Swords. So it's that inkling in the back, and I've had 3 of Swords coming through, and so I knew, so I know if something's going. So if you feel like your mind is racing or anything, or you feel like it's under attack or whatever, your body, no one can take your body from you. You can get sick, yes, but if you get sick, you can still go sit outside because it's nice now. You can get into nature. You can do, and if you're sick, you also can do light workouts. You can take a walk. You can do yoga. And I'm not sick, so I've been doing my weights and cardio and, sweating out some stuff and getting out of my mind, getting out of the way, setting intentions and stuff. I set intentions of gratitude, set intentions of being present. Those are great things. Either my eyes itching or this hair's in my way. My hair be like, I love my hair though. It's good to me. My hair's always been good to me. My hair is a blessing. Okay. So again, use those things. If you're in your head, go back to the body. If you need to, in those emotions, it's in your, if I know we're all trying to stay high vibe and I try to stay high vibe, it's okay to release those emotions. Though I sat outside when I was sitting outside and I got out, I let out some crying with some stuff. I let it out because that made room for other good things to come in, right? Crying's not bad. Letting out, you know, sadness and emptiness that has built up and lingered in your body. It's good to let that out. It's not good for it to linger around. Let, okay? So you have the upper hand with that Seven of Wands. This Seven of Swords, I feel like is someone you, this is the opposite of you. This is the other person. They're like, I don't know. Nothing's working. What can I do? Okay, making another plan. So the divine wants you to know, yes, people, things, situations, you're going to come up against things that are not fair, that are not for you, that are not for your highest good, that are of the dark. If you are walking in the light, the dark will tempt you, the dark will come after you all the time, and that's okay. Because guess what? You already know you already know. You already know. And you already know this. You have an upper hand to this. Plan all you want to, do all you want to. I still have the upper hand. So, and in the end, you have these Two of Wands. Your space is going to be opened. Your direction, your path. This, to me, this is like a pathway. Your path is opening up as these fairies come in. And as justice is going to be served, as you keep your boundaries up, as you stay out of your own way, a path is going to open up and you're going to be able to walk in a direction. That's what with those Two of Wands. It's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to go in a direction. I'm ready to take action. I'm ready to go. Which way am I going? I have my paths are open up. Some paths are open up, and where am I going? Which way do I want to go? Okay. And so you know what? We're going to look at a fairy tale. To maybe, actually, let's look at two fairy tales, and see. This is interesting. I'm getting the idea of the Two of Wands has two paths, right? So two fairy tales are two different stories, right? So they might tell you two different pathways to go with those two different stories. So that's what we're going to get. Now, I will have to get from the book, because this is the Tarot of the Divine, and so it is, it's inspired by like folk tales and stories and from all around the world. Okay, so here's our path 1, and then let's get path 2. What is path 2? What is path 1? We got path 1 and path 2. Ooh, they're both beautiful. I love them. And so I just laughing about that. Okay, so both of the paths, regardless of what happens, both of your paths are well, oh well, dang, that might be a different story. Okay, so one path is following your intuition right off the back. With me just saying, with the High Priestess coming out, it's definitely following your intuition and knowledge that you have and have gotten over time. Actually, you know what? I'm going to look up something, because yeah. Yeah, your things that you get psychically, things that you are, your own higher self is telling you, any things that you've developed, and also your intuition for sure. With this High Priestess, this is from Turkey. The High Priestess is the keeper of the vast knowledge with the story of every situation. Ask the listener to focus on what their subconscious tells them, encouraging them to form their own conclusion. Her powers is vast and yet subtle. So this is from an Arabic folk tale. I don't know. Her name is, I can't say it. If I show it to you right there, you can't see it either. I can't say her name, though. I'll have to look up that story, though. I definitely want to look up that story. to see. But again, one path is following your intuition and just following your inner knowing. Okay, that inner guidance that you have, following that. The other path is Eight of Coins. Eight of Pentacles is going to be, you're going to have to work hard for it. It's not bad though. You're still going, because that Eight of Pentacles is mastery. You're going to master that craft. You're going to master what you're working with in a very practical way. You're going to master that. And so let's look at that story. It's a German fairy tale. It represents the long haul, the slough in the middle of the project that needs to be completed. The little princess needs to keep weaving needles in silence if she wishes to set her cursed brothers free. It's called, yeah, it's about the six swans. That's it, because her brothers have been turned into swans, and so she has to keep doing this work tirelessly to save them. So it's saying you can follow I guess both roads, both paths lead to, a victory. But at the same time, if you follow your intuition, I think the pathway is a little lighter. It's not as hard. Or another thing I'm getting to, if you just want to, work, it's going to be a little harder. And this reminds me of really what I was going to say. It reminds me of feminine energy and masculine energy. So this to me is like this feminine energy of receiving, and I'm just going with the flow and following being divinely guided and feeling that way. It reminds me of the Lovers card, and that's Gemini card, where you have the divine masculine, divine feminine, and you know how the feminine is looking up at in the Rider Waite, and most of the time she's looking and she's following the divine. The feminine is following the divine, like being divinely guided, and the masculine is looking over at the feminine, like trying to do maybe even copying things that she's doing, like, okay, maybe I can do this, maybe I can do this, maybe I'll do that, maybe this will work, like doing all of the things, active, not being passive, but being active, and not looking to divine, but looking to do this stuff yourself. Okay, so either way works, but one is going to be harder than the other, right? All right, so we are going to end with the Mystical Shaman Oracle. See what comes out for the collective. What do they need to know before we go? I know I do a lot. I do a lot of shuffling. I shuffle like multiple ways. There's one message. Oh my gosh, that's awesome, because it matches our very first. That message matches our very first card, going back on. Where we started. Interesting. I'm going to take that because that matches so well. Okay, I have 3 cards. Okay, so we first have the Hunter. Remember at the beginning we had, I remember I told you it was like Sagittarius energy, and I said it's like a hunter and things are moving. Well, we have the Hunter. It has shown up in this, and I'm going to read a little bit what he says in this. This is beautiful. So, let's see. $27. Okay. So it's interesting because on this book, he has the essence of the card, what you're being invited to with the card, and the medicine of this card. I'm going to read the medicine, because the medicine says, don't settle for the roadkill. It could be poison. Be careful that you do not become the prey of your desires and fantasies. Remember to not want more than you need, so you are not guided by unbridled ambition. It is okay to come home empty-handed. So when something doesn't work out, because you desire a certain thing, it's okay for that not to work out. That wasn't for you. And knowing that that's okay. Okay, all right, that wasn't for me. I have to accept that situation, that person, that job, that whatever, it wasn't for me. So, and I'm okay with coming back empty-handed, releasing that. That's beautiful. I love that. So now we're going to go look at the message. We're going to get the invitation for the middle world. The middle world wants to give us an invitation. So let's look at the invitation for that. And the lower world wants the medicine. So we have this one, which is the middle world, and we're going to read the invitation on this one. It says the middle world shows up when conditions are favorable to your undertaking. Do not hesitate. Move forward as heaven and earth are smiling upon you. The time is right. Be mindful of not being reckless. The world is your playground, and the world requires great effort at any other time can be accomplished with ease right now. So remember when I was saying you had the upper hand, so don't worry about it. What you go after, what you're trying to, what you go after, what you're trying to manifest, anything that you're trying to go after and work on, you are, it's in your favor. You have favor for it. That's what this middle world is saying. It's just saying don't be reckless as you do it. Don't be doing things that you know you shouldn't be doing. But so say you are wanting that job, not undertaking someone else because you know you have that upper hand, right? Or even just simple things, throwing someone else under the bus because you know you have the upper hand. Don't do that. No. But things are in your favor right now, so go after them. Go after, what you want. What is for your highest good? What have you been desiring and wanting? Okay? Go after it. It's in your favor right now. So just don't be reckless about it. All right, so we're going to get the medicine for this lower world. So we have the hunter understanding something wasn't for you. And so I feel like some people need to know that maybe they feel like, okay, I've tried everything that's failed. I just want to give up. That's okay. That wasn't for you. It's okay. Like I said earlier, I went outside and I cried some things out. I let them go. You have to release them. You have to let them go. Give your tears to the earth. Okay. Let them be. And then that middle world is saying now, that you've made room, it is time to go after something again. And it's in your favor this time too. So it could work out. Now, this lower world, we are going to look at the medicine for our lower world here. Let me find this lower world. And then we will be done. Okay, the lower world. Are you the one of those people who do not like to face the past? Now your past is calling to be acknowledged, to be heard, to be embraced. The only way to become unstuck is to honor everything that has transpired in your life, reflect on the lessons learned, and move on. If you bear witness to the past and learn its lessons, it will stop haunting you. As you embrace its gifts, you'll recover a missing part of your soul. So anything in the past, and this could be even doing like some past life stuff as well. But I feel like it could be in this lifetime, and going to those lower worlds and going to those things that you did that you might find unforgivable. I was listening to someone the other day, um, and she was like, maybe you have a secret. And do you have a secret? Are you holding on to secret? You need to let that secret go. And I was just like, do I have a secret? I said, oh yeah, I have a couple of those. And 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 I was thinking, well, I've forgiven myself for like a couple of them. There's one I still kind of hold on to that no one knows of. And so that one, I have to forgive myself and release that one. And so it's going, facing those things, those ugly things, those ugly truths, and facing them and looking at them. Okay. So yeah, that's what this lower world saying is, facing some things that has transpired in the past that you want to just sweep under the rug, or not even, you want to avoid you want to avoid or sweep under the rug. And it's a time where we have to stop sweeping things under the rug. We can no longer sweep things under the rug. It's time to be open about things so that we can move to a better, or to something better. Okay. So this is a great time for you. Justice is on your side, but at the same time, you have to listen to divine, follow your intuition, and do the work if you have some shadow work to do, or any of those things that you need to do. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. You can like, you can share, you can comment, you can do all of those wonderful things, but I want you to also have a great day. Bye.